This is Carol Grace Anderson, and we are the Pawprints of Wisdom. And today we're going to talk about how to celebrate the 4th of July without fear. I hope you and your doggies are having a great summer. How's it going so far? Can you believe it's July already? Where did it go? Where does the time go? Oh boy. On this show, a lot of you are regulars now, I hope. And on this show, we talk about all the things we can learn about our lives from our dogs. They're good role models. They're good examples. And some of the things we learn are enthusiasm, love, friendship. Aren't they the best friends? Laughter, flexibility, compassion, comfort. We learn so much from our dogs. So we just need to apply that to our lives because they can be great teachers. And that's what we share on this show. It's a short 15-minute show, so we hope that you're on board with us. And if you hear something you like, keep pressing that like button, or love if you really love something. And share it with those who you think could get some inspiration out of this program. Today is a special day because we're celebrating early the 4th of July. It's not here yet. Of course, today's July 1st. But we won't be with you on Monday. We're going to be with you Tuesday. I'll tell you the exact time. Let's see, at the end of the show, I'll tell you. So thanks for the comments that you send. And in a couple weeks, we're going to have some very special guests. So I hope you'll stay tuned for that. And I'll tell you more about that as the time gets closer. But we appreciate all the comments that you send in. So if you have any comments, too, or any photos, we'd love for you to send them in so we can share them, post them. And I usually like to start out with a quote. So here's a good one I found. It says, "Thorns may hurt you, men desert you, sunlight turn to fog, but you are never friendless ever if you have a dog." And that's by Douglas Malik. Isn't that good? So it's fun to start with a quote. If you have any favorite quotes, please post them. We'll share them. But because it's coming up on the 4th of July, and I know some of you are watching from all different time zones. In fact, one of our hosts, Barbara Kurtman, does her show from Europe. So we know that you're all over the world, and we're so glad that you're here. But in the USA, one of our big celebrating holidays is the 4th of July that's coming up on Monday. And so I found a little description of exactly what the 4th of July is. And it's called Independence Day, of course. And it's also referred to as the 4th of July. And it's a federal holiday here in the U.S. commemorating the adoption of the Declaration of Independence, which on July 4th, 1776, was signed by the Continental Congress declaring that the 13 American colonies regarded themselves as a new nation, the United States of America, and it was no longer part of the British Empire. So now it's called the USA, and we're actually doing our show from the USA, from Nashville live. Oh boy. So we're glad to be here. Sometimes things may drop or whatever, but that's what live TV is. So we're glad you're here, and we'd love to hear some of your stories about celebrating the 4th of July. When you were a kid, did you go watch parades? I know we did. We'd eat hot dogs. We'd grill out. We'd go watch fireworks. We'd have picnics and all kinds of things. And ever since the old days, the ancient days, people have been celebrating milestones, whether it's birthdays, graduations, special events, special holidays. We love to celebrate, don't we? And we want to celebrate the 4th of July in a great way and in a safe way. So we're going to talk a little bit about what we can do to make it a safe and fun day to celebrate without worrying about what's going to happen with our dogs, because that is a very tough day for our doggies, as you know. And I know Britt Savage, who's got a show on this network, it's called Wolf Driver News, and she has shared some wonderful tips. I'll kind of back those up too. And also Dean Miller has shared, he's the dog counselor, he shared a lot on his program here on Wolf Driver. And also Barbara Kurtman, she is considered the animal, she shares animal secrets, and she shares about animal communication. So we hope you'll check her show out too. But today let's talk about some of the things that we should keep in mind for this wonderful, fun holiday. And one of them is that we shouldn't have fear, because fear does nothing, but action does everything. So how can we make this a fearless holiday for our sweet furry friends? And when I think of the word fear, there's different ways to look at the letters F-E-A-R. Here's one. It says, F-E-A-R stands for forget everything and run. Now that's one way, that's one attitude. It's not the one I like. Here's the one I like. F-E-A-R stands for false evidence appearing real. And that's really what it is, because fear is something that we conjure up. You know, according to experts in psychology, which I studied for many years, but they say that we are born with two natural fears. And one is the fear of falling, and the other is the fear of loud noise. So that means all our other fears are learned. That means we have learned to be afraid of this or learned to be afraid of that. And dogs seem to have the same innate fear of loud noise, because they don't know where it's coming from. You know, they may be very brave and very bold, but if they don't know what the sound is, I mean, thunder, many dogs are afraid of, because they don't really know, but they can kind of feel that the rain is coming or the weather's changing. But with fireworks, it's foreign to them, and they get scared and they want to escape where they are because they feel unsafe. And so we're going to talk about some things we can do, because worrying about it isn't going to change anything. I once created this poster, I'll share it with you. Worry won't change the outcome. Can you see that? Worry doesn't change a thing. So what can we do? We can take action to make things happen. We have to overcome fear and worry with action. And I know some of you right now who are on the East Coast are facing a tornado threat. I know I have a lot of family that lives up in New York State, and they're all under a tornado warning. So what can they do? Well, they have to be prepared. They have to have a safe place if it should come and hit them, and they have to take action to be safe. And that's what we have to do, is overcome fear with action. And I've studied a little something from James Harleman, and he said, a common culprit among fearful dogs is noise anxiety, whether it's fireworks or thunderstorms, or the vacuum cleaner for that matter. Sudden or perpetual loud noises can initiate something akin to a dog panic attack, and knowing how to react or not to react is important. So here are some tips. Create an atmosphere of normalcy. That's the best approach. In other words, if you change your tone dramatically or mirror their anxiousness for sympathy, you're only validating their fear. Don't overcompensate, pretending nothing is happening or refusing your doggy's cuddles, but focus on something fun they could do when they're not anxious. Some recommend playing during a storm, reinforced by thunder treats and other tricks to associate the noise with a positive experience. And these aspects are called classic counter conditioning. Some also swear by the thunder shirt, which I heard Britt mention on her program, and whether they're effective or not, they look pretty darn cute. And I found this picture of this doggy wearing a thunder shirt. Isn't that cute? And what they do is they introduce this comforting thunder shirt when the dog is very calm, not when there's a storm. And so if you wanted to try one, make sure you just get your dog used to it ahead of time, so that it's not associated just with thunder. So that is something to consider. And you know, it's not just the sound that can be dangerous during 4th of July, but I want you to keep this in mind. And my friend Jennifer Barnett posted this today, and so I wanted to share it with you. She said, don't forget, pets need your help to stay safe. So keep glow jewelry. You know those glow sticks that you can break and all that? Well, they're dangerous for our dogs. So keep those and citronella candles and oils out of reach of your pet, because if they ingest those, they can cause intestinal blockage and GI irritation and potentially central nervous system symptoms. Inhaling the oil can cause breathing difficulties and even pneumonia in pets. So keep party and barbecue foods out of reach of your pet. Be especially careful to secure potentially toxic people foods like chocolate, coffee, onions, grapes, raisins, and bread dough. All of those are not good for our little sweet doggies. Consuming the contents of the grill grease trap is a common cause of summertime pancreatitis in dogs. So make sure to keep Fido away from the grill in general. And I think that's very important and good advice, because some things that are great for humans are not great for our sweet furry friends. And I see a lot of you are checking in. Hello, Bucky here. Hello. Very good. Well, thank you. Someone from Germany is watching the Wolf Drivers channel right now, and he says, bless ya. Thank you. So we have people from all over. Glad you're here. The gang's all here. So let's talk about some more tips of what we can do actually to let go of fear. And when I mentioned about the tornado, about 15 years ago, I was in the, it was, I think in late spring, and we had terrible thunderstorms here in Nashville. And on the television, this blast came across the wire saying, we have a very, very, very difficult storm coming your way, and it could lead to tornadoes. So I kept watching, and then as it got closer, I realized it's coming right toward my neighborhood. So I picked up my dog Callie, and we ran down to the basement, and I'm so glad we did. We took action, see? Sure enough, that tornado came and lifted our fireplace unit up and into the roof. And so the whole place started flooding, and luckily no one was hurt, but it was scary. But we have to take action to make safe things happen, and that's what we can do this holiday. And so what are some other things we can do to let go of fear and worry? Because worry never changed one moment of history. You can sit and worry yourself sick, but unless you take action, nothing's going to happen. So I'm so glad to share some of these ideas with you. And also, you might get your dog chipped. You know how you can take it to the vet and get a chip for your dog. So if your dog should leave, and I guarantee someone you know, or maybe someone even watching, if you are not careful and if you leave your dog outside on the 4th of July or even on the 3rd, if they start fireworks then, that dog may panic and just try to run away to safety. And it doesn't realize that it could get lost. So please make sure that you keep your dog in, especially now during this holiday season. And also maybe have somebody, I heard Britt Savage suggest maybe have somebody, if you're going to be out watching fireworks, maybe a neighbor would be happy to come and sit with your dog to just calm them down during the loud bangs, because it's very scary for them. So what can you do to have less stress in your life and less worry? Well, you know, focus on everything going right. So many times we turn on the TV, even today, and you can see so many things that are going wrong and scary. So start focusing on things that are going right, on what you're grateful for, what is going right. And keep a list. I try to keep a little journal with all the good things that are going right in my life. So if I get upset and got too much going on, I look at all of the good things. And let go of perfection, because no one's perfect. Nobody. So let go of trying to be perfect. And I just wanted to also mention, we're almost out of time, But I want you to know that the book, Pawprints of Wisdom, is now, they had run out of some copies, and now they have more in at Amazon. You can get it right away on Amazon.com. It'll come right to your door. They also have it at Cracker Barrel. If you happen to have a Cracker Barrel store near you, they have them in the gift shop. And there's another message. Tata Papanian. Hello, very good. Thank you. People are saying so true. Keep the comments coming and keep sharing. If you think this is helpful information, please share it. And remember, next show is going to be Tuesday instead of Monday. So that's just a little change. So it's next Tuesday at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. I hope you'll come back and we'll see you right here then. Have a wonderful holiday. Thanks for being here.